Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. It's me, Chris, and you're watching Coins in the Wild. Here's the video I promised with the 1956 proof penny. I wanted to make a video about this because I think there's something to talk about. It's not just the 1956 proof penny. I was able to find this in a local coin shop, and it was separated out into the nicks and knacks kind of bin, the throwaways, and I thought it was odd that this penny was in there. I looked it up real quickly on my phone using the PCGS app, and I noticed that it had a little value to it, or had the possibility of having some value, so I snapped it up for $2. So as you can see, before we get to our discussion, as you can see, this is the 1956 Lincoln cent, or a penny, and this is the obverse of the coin, and it's really clean. You can tell from the reflection, the fields are all nice and shiny and clear, and there's no marks or distractions anywhere on the front of the coin. And if we turn it over to the back and look at the back, this is of course the wheat penny, and you can see it's similar. Fields are all really clear, nothing impeding the view of the coin. I wouldn't say this is a cameo or a deep cameo. It's leaning toward that way on the reverse, but on the front of the coin it's definitely not, and so that doesn't make it a cameo or a deep cameo. But I wanted to have this discussion because I wanted to talk about when it's most important to consider grading coins. And for myself, you might have heard me mention in the earlier video that my collection is now grown to I think it's approximately 1,200 coins at the moment. And most of the coins and sets and things like that, I haven't gone through. Initially, I kind of perused them and tried to see if there was some value to the sets that I purchased and value to the coins, because I did buy individual coins as well. And just to kind of quickly peruse them, and I did, and I've kind of got a few things in mind. Of the coins that I have, just to kind of give you an idea, since we're discussing when it's appropriate to grade coins, I've heard a lot of things, and you probably have too. You hear things like a general rule of thumb is if a coin is not worth at least $100 in a graded condition, don't grade the coin. Let me know if you've heard that one in the comments below. But my thinking, and this is a good example of it, my thinking on that is this: as you can imagine, this coin here, if we just do the math real quick, is approximately 74 years old, if I'm not mistaken, or 64 years old, something like that. 64 years old, I believe. And to find a coin that's 65 years old in this good a condition is probably pretty remarkable. When you're going back into the 1950s, you're not going to find many coins in this type of condition. There are older proof sets. They're out there. 1956 proof set is one of the ones that's right on the edge of being more expensive to collect. And so having bought the penny for just $2, when probably if you bought it as part of a set, the set probably would have been about $30, depending on where you buy it from, maybe up to $50 if the coins in the set were especially nice. I have to imagine that somebody pulled the Franklin half out of this set because it would have some value to it. And then the other coins I'm really not quite sure. Maybe the Jefferson nickel, they might have suspected was full steps or something like that, and so they pull it out. So that's a possibility. But this really brings up the point of when is important to consider grading coins. And the reason is that, it's not easy to find coins this old in this type of condition. It's pretty rare. It's not common today. Even though 1956 proof sets are common, you're not going to commonly find individual coins in this type of condition, even within a set. So that made it kind of unique to me. And I thought to myself, the first thing I thought was, well, this is a coin that should go out for grading. If it comes back at a mint state 66 or possibly a mint state 67, then this penny has some real value to it, or this 1 cent, I should say, to be proper. But what's the question that I have for you? When is it, what is your general rule of thumb, I guess is what I'm asking, of when you consider it appropriate to grade coins? I actually purchase coins for the prospect of sending in coins to be graded. That's my whole point, is what can I do to get a return on my investment? I do enjoy collecting coins as a hobby. I've got a number of coins. I've got one of my main collection books right here next to me as we make this video. And but I'm not blind to the fact that we have to eventually get a return on investment, or eventually just run out of money and have a lot of heavy metal sitting around the house or in a safe someplace. And so, there's a point where you have to decide, I got to turn this coin in to have it graded. So for me, having approximately 1,200 coins, and that's a very realistic number right now. And of the 1,200, I have like 40 in mind that I definitely want to send out and have them graded, possibly all of them this month or half of them this month, just depending on what I'm willing to spend and what looks most interesting to me. Not all of them are $100. There's a handful of coins that don't have the potential of being $100, and I'm still willing to have a few of them graded. The way I look at it is if I have $2 in a coin and it costs me anywhere from $16 to $22 to have PCGS graded, and it comes back to me, let's just assume for a moment that my maximum investment in a coin is going to be $24 just based on that math. And let's not think about shipping or sales tax or anything like that, because that can always be diluted away with the coins that I intend to sell and not keep. So that being said, what am I thinking when I do that? Well, for me, I would like to see that a coin could potentially sell for $60 to $75 before I'm willing to say, okay, this coin should be graded. And my whole reason is I'm always trying to cherry pick coins. I'm always trying to get into them for the least amount of money possible. Part of the fun of this hobby is discovering coins that somebody else overlooked, that have real value and that are significant to a collection. And so that's my general rule of thumb, but I'd like to hear yours. I'd like to know what everyone else thinks about this. This 1956 proof Lincoln cent is a good example of a coin that has a possibility of being graded. What condition would you say this coin is in? I would speculate it's somewhere between mint state proof 66 and proof 67. It is got a little bit of red to it, not quite a brown penny. Got some red to it, red brown maybe. Hard to say. If it's a true red, let me know what you think. I think, for me personally, true red's got a little more color than this. This doesn't quite have that, so I would call it a red brown. But I'd like to know what you think. What do you think? When is it the best time to turn in coins for grading? Are you already currently grading coins? Do you have a collection of graded coins that you're already working on? Got a message from somebody yesterday saying they were collecting Washington quarters, pre-moderns. I think it's 1936 to 1964, and was working on a mint state 66 collection. So that's a pretty nice goal, pretty good objective. There's definitely a return on investment there, depending on what you spend putting that collection together, and definitely want to get something out of it having them all sold. So YouTube, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video. It's me, Chris, and you're watching Coins in the Wild. I'm glad you're watching the channel. If there's anything that I can share more of, or any type of video you'd like me to make, please let me know in the comments below. Well, thanks again, everyone, for watching. I look forward to sharing my next coin pickup with you. And until then, have a great day. Bye now.